You know the saying, you got to take what you get? Well, that's often the case when it comes to doing car reviews, especially these days with the pandemic and all and availability of cars. So if you look down in the videos, not too far down, you'll see that we did a review of Toyota's RAV4 Prime, their PHEV, not too long ago. And unfortunately, we only had that for one single day. So I had to cram everything I could in that day. I might have missed some things. So now we've got it back. But we've got it back for a full week. So we're gonna see if we missed anything. We're gonna add that into this review, and I'm gonna finally get a chance to let Cynthia drive it and see what she thinks. Over the past couple of days driving this Prime, we still have not touched the gasoline yet in the tank. The gas engine hasn't kicked on because we've stayed within the EV range, which on the last video we showed you is at least 70 kilometers. It could be more depending on how fast you're driving and your driving style. What we didn't talk about though on the last one there are a few different EV driving modes. So the first one is, of course, EV, and this is what the car defaults to. As soon as you start it up, it's a straight EV. It's an electric vehicle. You drive it like an EV. You do not need that gasoline engine to use the heat or the air conditioning or anything like that. So you just drive it, and then after 70 kilometers or so, when the battery is depleted, the gasoline engine will kick on. Then you have another setting in the middle console here. You have Auto, EV, HV. So if you hit that, then you're going to let the car determine if you need more power. Let's say you need a lot of performance, you're going to floor it, you want the instant acceleration all the way and all the maximum power, it's going to kick on that gasoline engine by itself. And then from that point on, it can go back and forth from EV to HV as a hybrid vehicle. So remember, when it's not on EV, it still operates as a regular hybrid vehicle. So it goes on and off, on and off. And the other mode is the EV charge hold. Let's say you're driving on EV and you only have 20 kilometers left of EV range and you're driving on the highway. Maybe you might want to hit that charge hold, and it's going to use the gasoline engine, and you're going to maybe turn that back off to save your battery if you're going to be doing some stop and go traffic in rush hour. That's the perfect time to use that. So those are the drive modes on this new RAV4 Prime. Remember in my last video I said, hey, I called my wife up and I said, hey, honey, we're gonna get a RAV4 Prime. So now she's in the seat and she's driving it. What do you think so far?
It feels like driving an electric car. It's nice and quiet on the road. I feel like I'm more,
The acceleration is good though, right?
Yes.
It's really responsive. Hit the gas a little. Come on.
Whee!
You see, yeah, the torque is it's instant.
Yeah.
Okay, all of you out there that already own EVs, you know this one big advantage. It's basically, we have stopped here. My wife is running an errand right now, and we're just hanging out in the car.
No, leave without her.
It could be, she wants me to leave without her. It could be a hot day. We could have the air conditioning on. It could be a cool day, have the heat on. You could have a baby, let's say, an infant. Maybe they are napping in the car and you need that climate control. Well, you can do that easily without having to idle any vehicle. It is the best thing when you have little kids, for sure. Having driven this RAV4 Prime for almost a week now, it just reinforced what I had previously said in my review when we had it for the single day. There's been no surprises with this at all. In 7 days, we have not used a single drop of fuel. That gasoline engine has not kicked on at all. And why? Because we've been driving it under 70 kilometers in our day-to-day drive, and we just plugged it in at home. And that is nothing unusual with our driving habits. That's exactly what we do. On occasion, we might drive out to visit grandma and grandpa, which a round trip is more than 70 kilometers. Big deal. You know what? Almost on the way home, it might kick into regular hybrid mode. You're gonna use a little bit of fuel. If I really wanted to, while I'm there, I could try to find a charger. That's the beauty of this plug-in hybrid. If you don't have access to charging, maybe where you live, the plug-in hybrid is a very good option for you, because while you're out and about, if you see a charger that's available, plug in. You know, we did that. We stopped at IKEA, we plugged in, went shopping, came back. You know what? It's effortless. If you can't charge, no big deal. You have over 900 kilometers of range with this RAV4 Prime. So for most people, this is the perfect vehicle, and it is for us. It won't be for everyone depending on your driving habits, but it really is for us. We have the utility that we want. You have all the features, all the creature comforts in this particular XSE model, that's for sure. Since our last review of the Prime, I did a little digging, and a lot of people mentioned, hey, these vehicles are hard to get. So I decided, hey, let's really find out from Toyota dealerships themselves. So let's make a call right now.
Thank you for calling. For sales, press 1.
Hi, I just have a question for sales.
Okay, sure. Can I get your name, please?
Brian?
Brian, sure. Give me one moment. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, that is one down. Let's try another one now. I'm looking at getting some information on the RAV4 Prime. What is the order process to get one?
Well, you put a deposit, $1,000. It's 100% refundable.
Basically, I had a friend that told me that he phoned a few dealers, and they said that there's a 300-person waiting list for this vehicle. And so I'm just trying to confirm, like, it's not worth.
Lower mainland alone. I believe so.
Yeah?
I believe so, in just lower mainland.
In just the lower mainland, there's over 300. Okay, let's try another one. Here we go.
For sales, press 1.
Just have a sales question, please.
Okay, all of my sales advisors are currently assisting customers at the moment.
Man, these Toyota dealerships are busy. All right, so after phoning quite a few dealerships and talking to sales representatives, the consensus is that no one can tell me how many they're going to get, or if I'm guaranteed to even get one next year if I put a $1,000 deposit down. Oh, here we go. I got a call. Calling back. Hello, Brian here. I don't want to take up a lot of your time. I heard some rumors. People are saying that there's a really big waiting list for these vehicles, and I'm just wondering, like, what are the chances of getting one when they come in next year?
Okay, let me tell you this. As the way that the Toyota usually send it to us, we have a waiting list now for over 2 years.
Wow. Yeah. So any ones that are coming right now, they're all gone already, essentially, right?
All sold.
Will do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ryan.
Well, there you go. This salesperson from Toyota basically said it's going to be like 2 years before you can actually get one. All the ones that are coming are ready. They have all been spoken for, and there is still a waiting list like up to 2 years. So he recommended that I call back in February. Right now it's September right now. So call back in February, and maybe they might have bumped up the production, and yeah, you never know. And people might cancel their orders. Maybe they didn't want to wait, or something else comes along. Yeah, it's kind of true. These are going to be pretty rare vehicles. So why are these so hard to get? Well, here are a couple of reasons, but it may be several factors put together. Unlike the regular RAV4 and hybrid, which are built right here in North America, these primes are built only in Japan, for now at least. Throw in a global pandemic, and maybe that might have an effect on production numbers. This is just a theory, but down the road, if or when production of the Prime happens right here in North America, I'm sure there will be many more for the masses. If the RAV4 Prime is up your alley, get your deposit down now. Regardless of how many will be available, if you're not on the list, you'll definitely not be getting one. I just recently had a chance to take out the brand new Toyota Venza for a day. And so that is, the Venza's back. It's not the same Venza as what you knew the Venza was previously, but it only comes in an all-wheel drive hybrid form now, so a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder matched the hybrid system. It's the same system as the RAV4 hybrid, so it's not PHEV, but the regular hybrid. But man, oh man, one thing that this RAV4 excels so much compared to that Venza, they have this fancy, beautiful new 12.3-inch screen, so a much bigger screen than what you can get in the RAV4, but they've gotten rid, in the 12-inch screen version, they've gotten rid of all the buttons. It's only capacitive touch. And just going from that vehicle straight into this one, it's such a joy to have these temperature control wheels, just without looking, I can just turn left or right. I want to turn up the volume, I can do that. Tune a station on XM radio, anything, just like that. So much easier than what's in the Venza. Depending on where you live, here you can drive this PHEV in the HOV lane with a single occupant. That's a huge, huge bonus. And it does qualify for a lot of the government grants. So if you're looking for that perfect vehicle for your family that ticks all those boxes, this is the vehicle to get. That is, if you can find one. So can we get one?
You have to ask the girls at the back.
Girls, can we get one of these cars?
Yeah.
Okay, you heard it. We can get one. But the only issue is, can we get one?
That's true.
We have to use all of our money for that Navy.
We might have to use all of our money for that. That's right. That's right. That's right.